Hello, fellow citizens of the Earth. I just realized I'm kind of blocking that airplane with my shoulder. But it's just an airplane. We're going to talk about a guy who hid in an airport for 3 months from the coronavirus. Want to give a shout out to our sponsor, space.com. They're not really a sponsor. And we're going to talk about the Sphinx. We're going to get crazy today. Going to touch on some sports, just boring and snot sports. And I think that's pretty much it. So, and I got my rant segment to finish up with. So, let's go. It's time to talk about some sports. The NBA is going on. Okay, so this is a fun one. The headline here, NPR.org, probably soon to be proud sponsor of the CMAC chats thing, whatever this is. Man allegedly hid from coronavirus and authorities in Chicago airport for 3 months. I mean, that's quite a feat to hide from a disease that apparently is everywhere you go, unless you wear 4 masks, and authorities in an airport for 3 months. Let's all just let that soak in a little bit there. A California man was arrested and accused of hiding in a restricted area of Chicago O'Hare's International Airport for 3 months. He told police that COVID-19 had rendered him too scared to travel home to California, so he hid in the airport. Surviving on food provided by strangers. United Airlines staff spotted 36-year-old Adil Singh and requested identification. They said he removed his mask and presented a badge which belonged to an airport operations manager who reported it missing last October. We are now in January. This was reported on January 18th. He faces felony charges of criminal trespass in restricted area of an airport, as well as misdemeanor theft charges. Okay, so even if he came up with the money for a $1,000 bail, he would be prohibited from returning to the airport. So I was 17, 18 years old when 9/11 happened. And this place lost its mind crazy on security in airports. So my assumption is that we've all gone so bat-ass crazy on COVID that I don't think people will care much about anything else anymore. I think we are so scared of COVID that we just let people hide in an airport. If someone would have done that in 2002, I mean, he might be facing life in prison. Right? Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments. I like chatting with you guys in the comments. Well, even though there's only like a few of you, it's okay. Yeah, so it just amazed me that something like that is possible nowadays. 3 months. It's not like 3 hours. Somebody was missing and a badge was missing, and this guy was eating food from passengers. So that's our airport report. Let's talk about the Sphinx. So yeah, I didn't know it was a thing. I saw something on a social media site the other day that the Sphinx apparently has water erosion like high up. That's the technical term, high up. Um, so I found it very interesting because let's see. According to a guy, I can't ever pronounce people's names, so I'll just go R follows blah blah blah. A French mystic. There we go. An alternative Egyptologist, which is, I feel like that somebody just made that up. An alternative Egyptologist. I'm sure somebody will call me out on here and say, no, it's a legit deal. So I have my son is like playing with his cousin. And so if y'all hear kids yelling or acting like Tyrannosaurus Rex, that's what that is in the background. But let's focus on the Sphinx. So this alternative Egyptologist, I can't say the straight face, first claimed evidence of water erosion on the walls of the Sphinx enclosure in the 1950s. John Anthony West, a name I can pronounce, an author and another alternative Egyptologist, took his ideas further in 1989 and sought someone else's opinion. From his investigation of the enclosure's geology, the area has, this is what gets me, the area has experienced approximately 1 inch annual rainfall. 1 inch of rain. Yet they've found, and I couldn't find the exact article, but I had to get this episode out because people need to know these things. People, you need to get your information. And I'm not going to deprive you of the CMAC chats, in-depth information, stuff like this. But I couldn't find the article. So it's pretty lame journalism on my part, but I think we live in a pretty lame journalistic society nowadays. So I'm just kind of following everybody's lead right now. I'm just kind of half-A-ing everything. But anyways, what it basically came down to is they were saying at some point they're thinking that the Sphinx might be twice as old as originally thought. And that it had experienced some kind of crazy flooding of water. So, could that have been the Great Flood? You tell me in the comments. What do you think? Was it a Great Flood? Or were Egyptians just peeing on the side of it and it eroded it a little bit? Wait, it could be one or the other. Who knows? Tell me in the comments. It's time for my rant segment. Today's rant brought to you by LaCroix, specifically the lime flavored, because I think it's the best. Key lime's okay. It's a little bit. You can only have like one. I drink like 8 of these a day, so. Speaking of LaCroix, LaCroix doesn't have anything to do with this. My rant segment today. The toilet paper shortage of 2020. What the hell was that? Has anyone taken any time to really digest toilet paper? It's a poop joke. Has anyone really taken time to digest what the hell that was about? I did. I thought about it today when I was driving home from work. So here's what happens. It's a supply and demand deal. The only logical conclusion would have had to have been that someone from Charmin, I don't know, what are their toilet paper brands? Either Great Value, Walmart, I don't know. Someone in the higher echelon, I'm sorry, doing word of the day. I don't even know if I used that correctly, but it seemed like it fit. If not, call me out in the comments. Some of the higher ups will say, somewhere had to have this plan of like, these people need to buy some toilet paper. I want y'all to go out and just start buying it off shelves. Have our employees just start buying them off shelves. Some kind of secret operative people going in and just buying the out of toilet paper, no pun intended. Again, kind of intended, it's kind of funny. So the supply and demand. So it's not that everyone was like, oh my gosh, I am gonna have to use tree leaves or pine cones, or COVID just gives everyone horrible irritable bowel syndrome. I don't know. It was the fact that people were buying it, these people we don't know. And then everybody was like, Lord, I have got to go get some toilet paper before it's all bought out. And they weren't buying it for any reason other than the fact that it was being bought. But who started to buy it? Who were the first people that bought that toilet paper? You tell me. Comments. Again, comment your face off. And that's my rant segment.